Hello everybody, and welcome to our final preview of the 2010-2011 athletic season featuring our spring sports. I'm Sharika Levette, and today we will preview both baseball and softball teams, as well as some of our golf programs. Let's begin by taking a look at this year's baseball team led by veteran Coach Howard Jenner. This season, the Terriers will return 12 Letterman winners, including 6 starters in the field and 3 starting pitchers from last year's rotation. Hiram will be led this season by 5 seniors, including All-North Coast Athletic Conference outfielder Doug Atkins. Atkins was one of the 5 players to bat over 300 last season and led the team in triples, doubles, and runs scored. Leading the pitching corps this season will be senior Andy Marsh, who led the team wins last season and 2nd innings pitched. I'm joined now with head coach Howard Jenner. Coach,
hello.
By being a returning veteran team this year, having lost just 3 players to graduation from last spring, how big an impact do you think that will be this season, knowing that you have this much experience on the field?
Well, there's no question that having that much experience returning is going to be a big benefit for us. Their leadership and their work ethic, I think, has already had a huge impact on the new players that we've added to the program. So it's really going to be probably one of the biggest impacts, I think, for our season.
What is the biggest obstacle do you think the team will have to overcome this season in order to improve from last year?
Well, I think the biggest obstacle that I can think of is also, I think, a positive in a way as well, because we've lost, over the last couple of years, we've lost some respect within our conference from opposing teams, and I think the obstacle being regaining that respect, returning our team to a top half of the conference playoff contending type team. The reason I say that's a positive, because I think that's put a little chip on, I think, all of our players as well as our coaches' shoulders, and driven and motivated us to regain that respect.
Thank you for joining us today, Coach Jenner. And best of luck to you and the team this season. The softball team experienced yet another successful season last year, posting a 2017 overall record and 4th straight appearance in the NCAC tournament. The Terriers will return 12 Lettermen this spring and 7 starters, but Hiram will have to cope with the loss of All-American outfielder, pitcher, and 2-time NCAC Player of the Year, Whitney Dropsy, who graduated at the end of last season. She was the team's top pitcher, leading the team in every statistical category, and also led the team in several offense categories as a hitter. This season, Hiram will be led by an all-region player and junior infielder, Callie Langland, who posted team highs in triples and RBIs last spring, and sophomore designated player, Allie Singer, who is amongst the team leaders in several categories offensively. Joining me now is head coach Tessie. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Knowing that you will be without a marquee player, Whitney Dropsy, what area of the game do you feel will be impacted? And how do you plan to overcome those challenges?
Well, I think losing Whitney, we lost obviously our number 1 pitcher in the mound. And with that comes the opportunity for 2 of our seniors to step up and become those pitchers that we need. We have actually 6 pitchers on staff this year, 4 of whom have not seen a lot of action for us. 3 of those are first-year players. 1's a sophomore. So I think that we have the depth in the circle that we need. We also have the experience in our 2 seniors in leadership with Sarah Padilla and Aladi Gagne. And I think that we're going to be okay there. Whitney brought with her a confidence, a dedication, a work ethic that is hard to teach players, but she has instilled that in the rest of our team. So I think we'll be all right in the circle this year.
You have 3 returning seniors, Sarah Padilla, as you mentioned before, Jenna Irving, and Eladi Gagne, as well as a host of talented juniors. How much of a benefit is there for you as a coach having a lot of experienced players on the field? And how does that ease the transition of your freshmen to adapt to this college game?
I think it's huge. You know, when you have, we have 8 that will upper class junior seniors that either start for us or who come in and play major roles for us. And when you have that big group, they really kind of set the tone for our first years. They're also the group on our team, the only group that's won an NCAC championship. So they're hungry for another one, and I think that they're teaching our underclass, this is what you have to do to be successful. They don't just actually talk the talk, they walk the walk, and they push each other, and they push our first years, and they make it competitive, and they show this is what you have to do, not just talk about it. And I think that's something that really can't be replaced. And so it's made it for a really exciting preseason so far, and we'll see how it goes in Florida.
Well, thank you, Coach Tassi, for joining us this season, and good luck to you and the players.
Thank you.
Thank you. In addition to the baseball and softball getting ready to start their respective seasons, the men's and women's golf teams will resume their schedules. This is the first season that the NCAC will sponsor women's golf, and Hiram will be the host for men's and women's conference championships, which will be held on April 30th and May 1st at Fowler's Mill Golf Course in Chesterland. Both squads had solid fall seasons and will be getting ready for the start of the upcoming spring schedule. The men will make their annual spring trip to Pinehurst, North Carolina during the spring break before returning to compete the Muskegon Invitational on March 25th through the 26th. The men were led in the fall by freshman Chad Casey, who had their 81.2 stroke average in 5 tournaments and 6.5 rounds of 18 holes. The women start their spring schedule at the University of Mount Union Invitational on March 26th through the 27th. The women were led in the fall by Ing, who averaged 83.9 strokes in 4 tournaments and 7 rounds of 18 holes. Ing was the tournament medalist in 3 of the 4 tournaments in the fall and is favored to be one of the top women's golfers in the conference. Well, there you have it, a look at the upcoming spring sports. I would like to again thank both Coach Genter and Coach Tassi for talking with us today. I would also like to thank you for watching our winter and spring preview shows this year. We hope to see you at many of the Terrier sporting events this season. You can always find us at the latest information about Hiram Athletics on the web at www.hiram.edu/athletics. I'm Sharika Levette, and thank you for watching.